In this video, I'm going to install and set up this QN95D 65-inch TV from Samsung, and then I'll go through the features and benefits and give it an overall summary. Let's get started. This is the TV that I'm replacing today. It's a Samsung Q90T, it's 65-inch, it's a 2020 model, and it's the best TV that I've ever had. The black's a perfect black, even though it's not an OLED. The control with the Tizen system, fantastic. All round perfect TV. However, as I say, it's a 2020 model and I want it updated. I want it faster, I want it better. I just want it, and we're going to replace it today. One of the only downfalls with this TV has been the audio. Although it's got the tracking audio on it, so various speakers in the screen. When you're listening to voice, when you're listening to people speaking, which is obviously the majority of it, it comes across as very deep and mumbled. So to be honest with you, I have to use a headset to get the full benefit from it. So what I'm going to do today, the new QN95D is being delivered in around about 2 hours time. I'm going to take this off the wall. That's going to replace another TV in the house. I'll put the new TV on there, and I get to play around with it, which is fantastic. I'm all giddy about it. And that's the old one off the wall, and we've sent that to a new room. And this is the QN95D, 65 inches of pure beauty, hopefully, when I unbox it. And if we just have a look at the energy label that's down here, I don't think somebody's a fan of Brexit, and that's why they've ripped the UK one off. But the EU one's pretty similar. That's basically telling us is that the energy rating is F. And to give you an idea, although I will go through all the specs later, it's supposed to be 305 watts max, 112 watts standard, and in standby 0.5 watts. I don't know what the 96 kilowatt hours is, but from the website it says that for the EU standard it'll use 155 kilowatt hours per year. Anyway, let's get it unboxed and the bracket put on and on the wall. Right, on with the unboxing. And a tip from the top, this strapping, if you don't have a knife or something like that, all you do is find the joint, turn it around, and you'll find a lip on the back, and simply hold it, pull it, and then you can pull it apart like that. And there's many a time where you don't have a knife, so again, turn it round, nails under there, pull it, and it comes apart. That looks like the power. That's the stand. Remove that. Right, so looking at this, this is the back, this is the front, and I think right, so we should be able to just lift this box off. Right, so that was nice and easy. And what I'm going to do is I'll get the bracket, pop it on, and we'll take it from there. So, yeah, that's the UK one, all the same energy information. We'll have a look at the inputs, and it looks like this is where the camera goes. Right, let's get the bracket put on. Right, let's just have a closer look at those connections. So that one there is for the camera. That looks really nifty, that looks like you can just hang it on and it'll basically connect there magnetically, so that's good. And if we come down to the other connections, up at the top you can see you've got 2 USB sockets if you want to use a memory stick or something like that. You've got 4 HDMIs, and one of those is the eARC. You've got a LAN connector there if you want to wire it to the internet, and you've got your old-fashioned connections and satellite connections there. And that's pretty much all there is on the back. The power one will probably be, I think that's the power one there. Anyway, This looks meaty. This looks like it's the this looks like it's the speakers down here, or some of the speakers. That could be for the Dolby Atmos actually. Anyway, let's get the bracket on. Right, just quickly looking at the instructions that's come with it. Now, we're not going to be doing this, but you get a back plate. Let me just see. You get a back plate, which is that, and you also get a base plate, which is that there, and it's really, really heavy. So to do it, what you've got to do is find a flat surface like a table, put a cloth on it, put it face down, and then it shows it all there. So you attach the base plate and the leg, make sure it's all fixed, and if we turn it over, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be putting the brackets on the back. Now, I'm reusing the brackets off the old TV, so that should be nice and simple. And that's that. Right, so this is the bracket off the old TV, and obviously these are universal fittings here. The thing that you've got to be very careful of, though, I would have had to go and find all the accessories that came with this originally if the bolts were sticking out a long way, because they'll only go in so far without damaging the TV. But these look great. Now, I've got spacers on the back of these, so the TV, if I wanted it really flat to the wall, I'd remove the spacers and replace the screws so that the bracket was closer. But it doesn't really impact this at all. So what we'll do is get the screwdriver, put it onto manual, and then literally should just screw in. Just like that. Nice and easy. And then we've got the ones. Actually, not nice and easy. Right, okay. So the holes are different on the last one to this one. So what I'm going to have to do is actually not replace, but just move the screws. I'll show you what I mean. So you can see there's the screws there, there and there. And if I hold that one up to the top, the other screw is here. So what I'm going to do is, I'll probably do one here and one here, but I'll move all that around and then I'll get this put on and then we'll come back to it. Right, that was really easy to do. All I had to do was just move these and they come off. I don't know if you can see it, but basically they come off. You move that into one of the relevant holes, put it back on, and then it's held in place. And that now will go on like so, easily. And what I've done is I've moved it up further on the back of the television so the TV hangs lower on the wall. You'll see when I put it on the bracket anyway what I mean. Right, let's get that put on. Let's say if you're going to get a bracket, because you haven't already got one, you get a multitude of fixings with it. So lots of different spacers, a few different sizes of screws, and that's also that the screw doesn't go too far in and damage the screen. But they're very, very easy to fit brackets for walls. Right, that's that done. Right, let's see what's in the accessory pack. Get the knife, slice that. And what have we got first? So the paperwork will be negligible. And we've got in here, this will probably be the one changer for all. So I'll be able to use this with the Sky Q box. I'll also be able to use it with the Alexa Fire Cube. So it's an improvement over the last one as well. It's nice and rubberized there. Right, we won't be using the Disney Channel though. So we've got the power cable. That's a cover for the common interface. This will be the camera, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Yeah, that's the camera. And something, you may have seen it earlier on when I was talking about it, something that's really good about this, it doesn't have to be on all the time, and you don't need to take the TV off the wall to actually use it. That's a USB-C connector there, which pops into the bottom, and then that's magnetic, so you literally pop that in and then drop it over the back of the TV, but we'll see it in action anyway. I'll just pop that to one side. And then this is the full remote control. Now, based on previous experience, based on the TV that I've taken off, I really don't use this at all. This is my go-to one for everything. You can go into settings on it. As I say, you can control the devices. So really, really good that. Right, let's get this plugged in. Let's get the TV hung on the wall and the HDMI plugs put in, and then we're away. Obviously, I'm reusing the old bracket because it's in perfect condition, and that's the front bit of this is what you saw me put on the television. There's the plug socket, so that's the power. HDMI leads, there's one, and that's the other one. So they're all going to be hidden behind the television as well. Power, I'll probably put this into the, no, I'll pop that in there. Right, so that's in, all powered up. I'm going to turn it off, and then we'll bring the TV over and put it on. And a quick look onto the back before I finalise everything and push up against the wall. So there's the power cable just going underneath there and into the wall. And if we have a look on the other side, and again from the other side, we've got the two HDMI connections there. Not using any of the other ones for the time being. So that's it, we're all ready to push it back now. Right, that's it, on the wall, power to it, HDMI connected, and we're all ready to go. It looks reflective at the moment, and that is because it's got this protective covering on it. So I'm going to take that off, and I think it took me about 3 days to take it off the other television. So I thought it was reflective then, however, it's not. So let's take this off. And you really do need to keep this on when you're fitting it, because you don't really want your finger marks all over it. Right, so that's coming off. And that's that off. Let's turn it on. Right, I'm going to quickly set it up now. So all the basics, the Wi-Fi, etc., make sure that the Fire Cube's working, make sure that the Cube's working, just so I can watch everything that I want tonight. And then tomorrow I'll go through it in more detail, the features and benefits. Just very quickly though, so 60 watts instead of 50 watt speakers. I'm pretty sure there's additional speakers, so I'm really hoping that the sound's better than the other one. A few other bits and pieces, but as I say, we'll go through them. But just with regards to the remote, so there is I think it's USB-C. Looks like it's USB-C rechargeable at the bottom, but on the back of it, you've also got a solar panel, so it will charge you up both from daylight and household light as well. Let's get it switched on and get set up. So that's switching on using the remote. That was quite a quick launch, that, to say that it's not been operated before. So I can either use the smartphone or the remote control setup. I would have used the smartphone, but my Galaxy 23 Ultra is off being repaired at the moment because the USB-C socket in it isn't working, so there's no fast charge, and also I can't use it for anything like microphones or anything like that. Attachable microphone. So let's go across to a remote control step up. In the United Kingdom, I'm going to pop a pin in so you won't see this. Right, okay, that's the pin set up. All you need is a Samsung smart remote. Just plug in and turn on the devices you want to control with the smart remote. Okay, so I've turned on the Sky Q, so that's now connected. and we'll go next. And we're going to go on the home Wi-Fi. So again, I'll pop the password in, which you won't see. Right, so password's in. Now it's just going to connect, hopefully. And there we go. Got the wireless connection. It's very quick. I suppose this is what 4 years of processor improvement does. Right, so down to agree to all. Okay. I'm probably at some point going to have to put my Samsung account in. Right, at this point, I would love to scan this with my Samsung S23 Ultra, but I can't do because it's away for repair. But I haven't got that on me, so we're down to a remote control. And to do that, all you do is click the sensor button, and it gives you the option then of just scrolling left, right, up and down. So we'll put the email address in and get signed in and then come back. Right, so that's me all signed in. It's going to send a verification code to my phone and then I'll pop that in. Right, text message and send code. That should now come through to the phone. And there we go. Yes, skip that and verify. Right, I don't want to reset it. So that's my password on my Samsung account. And now it's signing in. And you really do appreciate a Samsung account when it comes to using the Galaxy phones, using the Samsung TVs. It makes life so much easier. Right, so I'm all signed into the account and go to next. I'm going to register it. May as well do, nice and easy. Save your settings and easily restore them when you reset or buy a new model. I think we'll do that. And we'll do that, and we'll do that, and we'll do that, and we'll back up. Just resetting itself now. Right, okay, so we've done the backup. Let's look, see if there's any saved settings. Yes, I do. So I'd already named the previous TV, so we may as well use all the relevant information. I don't need to put the country in, the postcode, where I am or anything for the relevant broadcasting. So we'll bring that and we'll have the downloaded application list and we'll restore it, which is easy. Setting up a TV normally asks you where you live for the region. It asks you if you want to name the device or which room it's in, etc. But I don't need to do any of that because I've previously saved it on another Samsung TV. Right, first problem encountered. I think it's stuck in a loop because we've been going like this for 25 minutes and nothing takes 25 minutes to update. I've tried pressing all the buttons and everything, nothing's happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off and basically go through it again and then get to the point where I've got to put all the details in manually because it's not uploading, or sorry, it's not updating from the Samsung website. Right, turn it off and do it all again. Right, so it's rebooted and it's basically saying that nothing's happened, so I might have to do it manually anyway. And please don't start restoring it again. We'll go for Amazon Alexa, even though I use the Fire Cube for Alexa. Right, borrow my son's Apple phone and we're in. And it's sent me an over-the-air code, 996705. Yeah, that should be it now. Alexa should be, I don't need to do any of that, so we'll go to select later. So this is just setting up the remote for the Sky Q box. I'll enable the adaptive volume. The adaptive volume is really good because basically when somebody's shouting in the room, it just makes it louder. Also changes it for games, etc. Right, and that's it, we're all ready to go. I can either watch Sky, Netflix, Prime, anything like that. Those are the three that I normally watch. So we'll come back to this tomorrow now. So with both Netflix and Prime, all you need to do is to sign in the first time, scan the QR code, register the device, and you're in. It's as simple as that, and you only do that once. That's it then. All set up yesterday, and I've had hours to play with it, and it's magical. So just to see how quickly processor speed has come along, if I turn it on, and it's ready, which you can't knock. That's absolutely fantastic. So much faster than the other TV, the T70 or whatever it was. And that's only a 3 or 4 year difference. Let's just go to the home screen. So this is the Samsung home screen, and you can see, you can come down, Netflix, Prime, Amazon Fire TV, Sky, lots of other apps that you can put on there. So this is what I had on the previous TV. Now it did download all the apps and everything. I don't know why it went into that loop. It could very well have been my internet, since I live out in the sticks and sometimes it's a bit slow. So we'll put it down to that. But when it rebooted, everything was on it. One of the things that I didn't do yesterday when I set it up, didn't show you, was this. Now this is the camera. And as I say, it's a magnetic contact there, and you've got a cover that you take off if you don't want to be viewed. That just pops back on. And to connect it, literally just find the center and it clicks on. And I was using that earlier as I was going around. I found, so because it's a Samsung TV, you can put all your Samsung health apps on it, etc., etc. And you've got loads of free videos, workout videos. And I'll show you it working. Obviously I won't be working, but I will show you it working. So as it says on there, you can have a look at yourself and your posture, make sure that you're mirroring whoever's doing the exercises. But I'll show you how I went into it, and that is with the Samsung Health app. And when that boots up, all you do is choose whichever video you want to watch. Now, match, better take the cap off. And there we go. So if you're working out, you can see yourself. Start with match fitness. And obviously that's me. And on the other side, it's basically logging into the Samsung Health app and the videos. And when it's done that, just brings up the disclaimer. Let's fast forward it. So obviously if you want to work out, you can mirror what's going on the other side. And there's other apps as well that you can use the camera for. So we'll pause that. I'll put the cover back over it. There's actually, when the camera's operating, there is a little red light on there to show you that it's operating. But obviously for security, you probably want to do that. It'll link to that and it'll give you all the information with regards to your calorie burn, etc., etc. We'll just run through some of the other things on here. You've got Samsung Plus, which is free television, basically. If we come down to SmartThings, if you've got devices that are set up on SmartThings, then it will list them all on here. So there's another 3 televisions that are set up on SmartThings in the house. I can go to, if I've put my phone down, it will ring the phone. You can hear it ringing now. I think I've actually got to stop that until I've got my S23 Ultra back. This is an awful phone. It's a loan phone, but it's an awful phone. Anyway, come out of there. So that's your SmartThings. Come back. Press the right button. I can go into Netflix. I can go into Prime. I've got the Amazon Fire Cube, which is down in the bottom. Now, I don't really need that anymore because I've got Amazon on this, but I'm pretty sure that the Cube just gives a few more additional things, like the photo screensavers, etc. So I do like going through the Cube. Now, Sky's currently off, but if I come down to it, go across, press the button, it'll turn the Sky box on. And it should open up. So there you go. And the Samsung One remote, it controls everything. So you can go along to TV Guide, catch up on your recordings, whatever, and obviously go back. And if you press the home button, it takes you back to the home. You can also, there's It's got Alexa on here. Again, I use Alexa on the Cube, but some additional things that you can do with the remote. Press the mic button there. Alexa, open Netflix.
Getting Netflix from Samsung.
And it does exactly that. Alexa, open Prime.
Getting Prime Video from Samsung.
So some nice easy things to do there. If you can hear anything, by the way, it's the parrot in the background. So let's go back again. So all the apps that you can use there, there's plenty more that you can download as well. And something else you can do as well. Alexa, show the front door camera.
Okay.
Close the curtains. Yes.
So if you've got anything like Ring alarm system that we've got, you can view it through this. Alexa, show the hot tub camera.
Okay.
They sold it to me when I was looking at it on.
And you can also set the alarm with it too.
Line.
Alexa, arm the alarm.
Home and armed.
And in stay mode.
Alexa, disarm Ring.
What's your voice code for home ring?
Disarmed.
Home ring is disarmed.
Wonderful tool. How you access and how you change the settings is similar to basically any Samsung for the last 12 years. If we go back down to Sky and open that up, if I press this button here, which is your settings button, you get this menu coming up. We'll take it across to the settings. These are your quick access ones along the bottom, but we'll use this one, which is all the settings. And you can basically just nip across to that side. You can go into expert settings along there. And again, there's lots in that. And you also get a description or an explanation of what each one of them is for. If we come back across, the picture in picture, you can set that up. I'd love to show you, earlier on, I was using a Samsung Fold 4 and I had a picture in picture on one side. I had the phone screen on one side and something that I was watching on the other side. So you can have the football match actually viewed on one side and then your phone screen next to that actually showing you the football commentating going on alongside it. But if we come back, sound, it's currently on the speaker obviously, but if I go into that you can see that I've got the Jabra Elite 85 headset set up on there as well. The Q Symphony, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Samsung sound bar and surround speakers and everything, so you can set it up not specifically, but it is tuned for obviously all the Samsung accessories. So we'll come out of there. Connection, you've got all your network and everything that you can check on that, and then just general bits and pieces. You can set up who you want your voice control to be, whether it be Google or whether it be Alexa. And if we go back to the home screen, if we come across here, so there's specific things you can do for gaming. Now I've got an Xbox down there, but I haven't set that up yet. But I'm led to believe that the graphics are fantastic on it because it upscales anywhere. So if you've got a 1080p something that you're watching, it will upscale that with the processor and the AI to 4K. Let's just come back. If you want the TV on in the background with a picture, then just go up to ambient, go into there, and you can choose a backdrop. So you may want something like tranquil nature. Again, downloading it. And it's just something in the background that will play away, just like a screensaver on your TV, screensaver on your PC. And there's lots of different ones to choose from. As I say, almost like a big picture on your wall. Let's come out of there and go back to the menu or the home screen. You can go up to search, go into that, and it'll obviously up here. You can just search for anything you want. Not sure why you'd want to do that when you've got the voice Oh, workspace is good. If you go along to that, if you've got a Bluetooth keyboard or anything, you can sign into your Microsoft 365, have a look at any Word documents, have a look at any Excel documents, and almost use it like a PC screen. And if you've never used Samsung DeX, well, if you've got a phone, you can just view all your photos really easily. Samsung DeX is wonderful, again, if you've got a Samsung phone. And you can also play YouTube on it as well. Again, down to the app, open it up.
Right, this is a comparison video between the...
And we can choose a video, play it.
So much to say about it. It's a long video. Skip what you want, watch what you want.
Right, so I'll just mute that. So regarding the specifications of the TV, I could stand here and read them all out, but there are far too many, and really what I'd suggest is go to the Samsung website, have a look for the D95 and just focus in on what's relevant to you. Some call outs for me though. The audio is definitely so much better than the audio on the previous TV. The voice, it picks up the high notes, it's not mumbling or anything like that. And you've also got Sony Atmos on there as well. So it almost gives you a surround sound effect without the surround sound setup. The remote control, well, the one remote control, this pretty much controls everything. You've got your voice activation with Alexa. It will control Sky. It just controls everything. It's really good. The screen is perfect. With the blacks, they are truly black. There's no bleed through from any of the LEDs. If you've never seen a QLED panel before, you'll be amazed. If you're upgrading from something that's 5 or 6 years old, it will absolutely blow your mind. Time is excellent, very quick, very intuitive. Accessing the apps and all the other controls on there is a breeze. In the camera, you may use the camera, you may not use the camera. If you're working out, it might be a good thing. As I said, there are other apps that you can use it with as well. Have it on the wall like I've got it. You can use the supplied stand, very easy to fit, as all stands are. But it was really easy to fit on the wall as well. The one thing that I would say is, I can't find any controls on the TV to use if you haven't got the remote. Now, on every other TV that I've had, you can normally find some controls somewhere. They may be on there, but I haven't found them yet. That's it then. I've had the opportunity to play with it to my heart's content, so now I can give a summary on the QN95D Samsung 4K television. Now, this is a 65-inch. It's got the latest Samsung AI processor, which also enables it to upscale from HD to 4K. That also helps out in the gaming field as well, of which it's got a gaming hub which will assist you in doing that. AI processor is the fastest processor that Samsung have got at the moment, so you're getting the latest tech. The panel is a NEO QLED panel. Now, it's not an OLED panel, however, the LEDs that are in that are 1/40th of the size of a normal LED, which means that the blacks truly are blacks without the cost of an OLED panel. The operating system is the Samsung Tizen operating system, which is really easy to navigate and intuitive, and if you've had an older Samsung, it's pretty much the same. If I step back, well, the viewing angle is exceptional, so depending on the type of room you've got and what viewing you do, ideal for that as well. Now, it's got 8 speakers in the TV. Some of those are in the screen, and as I say, I think there's 2 big ones down at the bottom in the back. Now, what that means is the audio is fantastic, more powerful or louder than the previous one that I had, and a lot clearer on the voice. And what I mean by that, basically, the audio is enhanced. There's an AI processor for the audio, and it makes it the best fit for the room that you're in, so it will be different for every room that the TV is put in. Those speakers in the screen also allow it to do is object tracking audio. So if something starts down here and moves up to that end there, the audio will track with that. So it's almost like stereo on steroids. And I've showed you the SmartThings and the voice assistant integration. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. You can use it for all sorts of things. Now it's getting more and more automated and voice controlled. Lots of the devices, the lights that are in the rooms, all work with this television, and obviously the other Alexa devices that we've got around the house. And obviously the camera. Not sure if you're going to use that, but it's there and it comes with it. So all in all, do I recommend the QN95D? Absolutely. It's a fantastic buy, and I'm looking forward to, I won't say many years with it because I do like to update, but at least the next couple of years. But yeah, big recommendation.